Hello, this is the 4th of April, and it's supposed to be blizzarding out right now, but all it's really doing is kind of, we're getting some sleet. We got barely an inch or two of snow last night, and today we're going to be going over to our cattle, which are about 8 miles away, to feed them a hay bale and to check on them, because right now they're actually starting to calve. So that's the plan. So we just finished feeding the cows, but right now we're going to replace the battery that charges our charger. The one that's out here right now doesn't seem to work anymore. Well, right now, after since we've just fed our cows, we're going to try to start a fire to cook up some dinner for the day. I brought some hot dogs that we can warm up, and I have some matches and some dry paper. But that's all we have. We're going to try to use the wood that we have here, this woody draw, to start up a little bit of a bonfire to warm up our food on. So this is some leftover small pieces of wood here that we piled up after cutting down some wood for our fireplace back home. And so this is some really good kindling that we can just pick up and move to where we want to start our fire. And we're going to try to do it down in the bottom of a creek bed along here where there's not much wind, because the wind's kind of picking up now once you get out of the draw.
So we see that there's some water down there, but we're going to choose this one spot where it's pretty dry, because any little breeze of wind will put out our flame until it gets going pretty good. So we're going to start down here. So this is really punky wood, which will be a good starter for your fire.
This might be a little bit tricky because most of the wood is kind of covered with a thin layer of ice since we've been getting a lot of sleet this morning. However, I think since we have this layer of wood here at the bottom, that'll keep the cold ground and snow that's on the ground from putting out our flame. So we have a pile here of plenty of kindling that we can throw on top once we get our flame started. Here I have some dry wood underneath the sides of this creek bank here so that they're out of the weather and can stay dry until we need to burn them. Kind of hard to see the flame. If we can get some good coals built up though, that'll make sure that the fire keeps burning. Looks like that dry grass is burning up real good. That fire is so hot that it's evaporating the moisture on my brother's coveralls. And mine. So here's my box of goods. I have all the necessary ingredients for a good meal here, and I'm gonna get that ready so that we can have some dinner here. So here I have some homemade bread that I made the other day. That'll be good. Got my pretzels, ketchup, you gotta have ketchup. Mind you that it's 100% natural, no high fructose corn syrup. Some hot dog buns. In this bag I have my hot dogs. I have some oranges in this bag so that we don't get scurvy. Tomatoes and carrots, because you gotta have your veggies. And some good cheese and butter to put on our bread, and we could even melt it here on our fire so that it tastes even better. And don't forget some good homemade cheese that I was gifted. This is actually goat cheese. One is pizza flavored and one is jalapeno. I didn't want the bottom of my box to get wet, so I set it on top of a cow skull, and Adric was good enough to chop us some wood blocks so that we can sit on so we don't get wet. Now we're gonna try to get some sticks to stick our hot dogs on and cook them over the fire with. Remember, always cut away from yourself. Now we have a pointy tipped end where we can stick our hot dog on. These hot dogs were already partly cooked, but we're gonna warm them back up.
We got our bread and butter, carrots, and our tomatoes. Well, got our chores done, got the cows fed, made a little fire and ate some dinner. Now it's time to pack up and head back home.